What if everything you've ever known, your memories, your past, your very sense of self, was not just unreliable, but entirely fabricated? What if your parents, your childhood, your favorite song, even this video, were illusions? Not dreams or hallucinations, but random cosmic mistakes. This isn't a science fiction story. It's a real scientific and philosophical idea. It's called the Boltzmann Brain, and it might be the most disturbing theory you've never heard of. Let's rewind time. The universe began, we're told, with the Big Bang, a singular, hot, dense moment of perfect order. Over billions of years, it expanded, cooled, and gave rise to galaxies, stars, planets, and us. But there's a catch. According to the second law of thermodynamics, entropy, or disorder, always increases. Stars burn out, ice melts, things decay. So why did the universe begin in such an incredibly low entropy state? That's the mystery. Enter Austrian physicist Ludwig Boltzmann in the 19th century. He suggested something radical. Maybe the universe only seems ordered because we're in a rare fluctuation, a temporary bubble of order in a sea of chaos. And if random fluctuations can produce ordered systems, why not just skip the universe and go straight to a brain? Imagine this: a brain, fully formed, suddenly emerges in deep space, no body, no environment, no past, just a tangle of neurons arranged by chance. And it thinks, it feels, it remembers. It believes it had a childhood, that it studied physics, that it's watching this very video. Then it vanishes. This is the Boltzmann Brain, a hypothetical conscious observer that arises due to random fluctuations in a chaotic universe. What's wild is this: if the universe is infinite and lasts forever, then such brains could eventually appear, not just once, but countless times. And here's the kicker: it's statistically far easier to randomly create a single brain than an entire ordered universe like ours. That means, mathematically, it's more likely that you are a Boltzmann brain hallucinating this reality than a biological human evolved over billions of years. If you're feeling disturbed, that's normal. This idea strikes at the core of epistemology, the philosophy of knowledge. How do we know anything at all? Rational thought depends on trust in memory, senses, and time. But if we might be hallucinations, that trust collapses. This isn't a new fear. In the 1600s, philosopher René Descartes imagined an evil demon deceiving him, manipulating his senses and memories. Today we call that scenario a simulation, or the Matrix. But the Boltzmann brain idea is even more haunting. There's no architect, no simulator, no intention, just pure, meaningless randomness. So how do scientists deal with this? If our best physical models allow Boltzmann brains to outnumber real observers, that undermines science itself. Why? Because it makes you, the thinker, unreliable. Your thoughts, data, and experiments could all be false. To fix this, physicists have tried to design models where Boltzmann brains are less likely than observers who evolved naturally. This includes ideas like cosmic decay. If the universe eventually dies, there's less time for Boltzmann brains to form. Entropy reset mechanisms. The universe might cycle through high entropy and low entropy phases. Constraints on fluctuation. Perhaps the physics of randomness just doesn't allow such complex structures to arise. But so far, no solution is foolproof. Even top cosmologists like Sean Carroll and Leonard Susskind admit the Boltzmann brain problem is a deep and unresolved issue. This isn't just about physics, it's about us. What defines you? Is it your body, your memories, your ability to feel? If a brain floating in space can feel just like you do and believe it's lived your life, then what is the self? It challenges the stability of identity. If memories can be fake, is your past still yours? If your sensations were programmed by randomness, are you any less real? Here, we touch existentialism. As Jean-Paul Sartre once said, existence precedes essence. Maybe what matters is this moment of awareness, regardless of how you got here. Let's slow down. Close your eyes. Picture it. You float in blackness. No stars, no planets. Just you, a thinking, observing mind. Around you, silence, emptiness. You remember laughing. You remember pain. You remember school, your first kiss, your favorite food. But none of it happened. And in seconds, you fade as if you never were. This is the horror and beauty of the Boltzmann brain, a momentary candle in infinite darkness. Of course, many argue the theory is flawed. Some say the math behind it is based on outdated assumptions about time and entropy. Others argue it's a misapplication of probability. Because just because something is possible doesn't mean it should be expected. And most scientists agree. If your model predicts that almost all observers are hallucinating brains, your model is broken. Still, the idea lingers, not because it's likely, but because it forces us to ask better questions. So what if you're a Boltzmann brain? What if this is your first second of thought? What if none of this is real? Not because it's fake, but because it's fleeting. Then this moment, this fragile sliver of awareness, is the most sacred thing in the universe. Would you spend it in fear, or would you use it to think deeply, to feel honestly, to be fully, truly alive, even for a single breath? The Boltzmann brain might be absurd, it might be wrong, but it reminds us that reality is not guaranteed, that consciousness is rare, that you, right now, are a miracle, even if fleeting. So next time you question what's real, remember, it's not the memory that matters, it's the moment. This is NeuroPulse. Think deeper, learn smarter, live wiser.